Hey, what's up, Hexicans? David Feeder here, coming at you with another tutorial video. This is the expansion pack to Maximus, and this is the website is maximusdao.com, and so this is pretty cool. I'm excited for this. If you don't know what Maximus is, Maximus was basically like a giant pooled hex stake where you could put in one hex and it would join everybody else's hex that got put in, and then that got staked for 5555, and in return you receive the Maximus coin, and that Maximus coin represents one hex that was put in at the beginning, and then at the end of the 555 that you can redeem the Maximus and you'll get all the hex. You'll get one hex plus all the hex it mined and all the hedron it mined over the 15 years. And we can check in a bit, but like it's been trading like almost over double for one hex. So one Maximus will get you two hex, and it's only been out for a couple months. So very interesting. It's pretty cool. So this is like an add-on to that. And shout out to Dipcatcher and Gold Key, and I'll put links below to everything. This is their Twitters, so make sure you follow these guys. These guys who actually wrote these smart contracts and invented this. And one of the things I absolutely love is Dipcatcher streams it live on YouTube when he's coding the apps and when he's making it. He's making the front end and the website, and then the smart contract, and then that gets sent to the auditors. So even tonight, like he's actually working on an addition, like one extra piece for this, that he's actually coding. He was working on it tonight. Like his stream just ended a little bit ago. So definitely check him out. His YouTube channel is Dipcatcher on YouTube. So go and give him a subscribe. It's, you know, he deserves more followers and subscribers for sure. And what he's doing is really cool. So yeah, so let's just get right into the basics and then a tutorial, and then we'll look at liquidity and prices and stuff. So basically what you can do is you can join the team, and what you do is you're going to put in one Maximus coin and you get a team coin, and then the team coins get a share of the bigger pays better bonus for the other coins, and also gets the hedron. And we'll go into that more later. But what there also is are the 4 pool tokens. So it's kind of like Maximus. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong link. Here we go. Here we go. So basically there's 4 choices. It's kind of like Maximus. You can put a hex in and you're joining a pool. There's base, which is 1 year. There's trio, which is 3 years. Lucky is 7, and Deci is 10. So if you put in a hex, you'll get one of those coins in return, depending upon which one you pick. There's even a little chart down here. Yeah, so you put in one hex, and you pick which one you want, and you can, for every one hex you put in, you get either one base, lucky, trio, Deci. So your choice. You can pick. So if you want to pick a pool, you just we'll start with base. Just pick whichever one you want, and you're basically joining for base. This can be a 1 year hex stake where you're joining everybody else. Everybody's putting in their hex. That gets staked for 1 year. You get a base coin in your wallet, and then you can hold it for a year and then redeem it, or you can sell it whenever you want. So, you know, it kind of makes like it's like a liquid share of a pooled hex stake. That's what these are all. That's what these are. These are basically like derivatives of a big stake. So what you would do here is you would just connect your MetaMask or hardware wallet, whatever you're using. Probably MetaMask on Ledger and Trezor. And then it says pledge hex. Here's where you would, I don't have any hex, this is just a test wallet, but if I had hex here, you would type in the number I want to do, let's say 1,000 hex. And then you would get 1,000 base. You'll have to do an approval first, which is approving you have to spend a little gas to approve the base contract to spend your hex. and then you click mint, and then it actually takes the hex and gives you the base. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward. For right now, that's all you do with these coins. You just mint them and then you hold them. What Dipcatcher is working on tonight is he's making a smart contract where this is optional. If you want, you can take these coins and you can stake them until they're due. So for base, if you staked your base, you just have to wait 1 year. So, and then the reason you would want to do that, why would you want to stake it for 1 year, is I believe if other people emergency unstake and withdraw, they get penalized, and then that penalties get shared amongst the other stakers. So in the end, if you stake for the 1 year, you'll probably start off with more than what you staked. You'll gain probably from penalties from others, most likely. So interesting. That's called the Diamond Hands Club, or Diamond Hands Protocol. Maximus Diamond Hands. Yep. So that's actually what Dipcatcher was coding tonight. It's on I think the Pulse Chain testnet, so that you could play around with it. If you watch the video, there's I think a link in here. So pretty cool. So that's probably coming out in a day or two. It's got to get audited first, so maybe more than a day or two. So yeah, so even from right here, you can drop down and you can pick the other coins. So you can just switch to Trio right here if you want to do a 3-year hex stake, or Lucky is the 7, and then Deci is the 10-year. So those are the 4 perpetual pool coins that you can choose from right now and put your hex in, kind of like Maxi. So pretty cool. One thing to note about these, you do not get your Hedron. And that's kind of important to know, that you won't, normally if you staked hex for a year, you would also get Hedron just because you staked hex. So that, as part of this system, this is kind of where team comes in. So the team token, to mint one of these, if you want a team token, you have to give up a Maxi token. And the only way to do that is either you made Maxi back when you could, there's only a 2-week window where you could turn hex into Maxi back when it started. I forget the exact launch date. Or now you can just buy them on market, and they're like 7 cents. There was a breakdown here. Here we go. So with team, why would you want team? And then with team, you mint your team and then you stake it. And if you stake it for basically a year, and then what will happen is, so for all the other pools, they share half of their hex, bigger pays better bonus, and all of the Hedron from the team stakers. So that's interesting. So if you stake your team for 1 year, after 1 year, you're going to get all the Hedron, or your share of the pool of all the Hedron that's minted from the first year of base, right? And then the second year, you get the same thing. You get all the Hedron from base on the second year. The third year, if you stake your team, you get all the Hedron from the base, and you're going to get the Hedron from the trio, because that one finally comes due after 3 years. Plus, this will already have happened 3 times for base. And then you hit year 7, by which you've already, then you get that Hedron, but you already would have had like two of these and 6 bases. So it's interesting. Now, the half the bigger pays better bonus, this requires, in one of these pools, they have to reach over 150 million hex before they get locked in like a week. I think there's like 6 days is all that's left to join these pools now with your hex to mint them 1 for 1. There's only a week left, I think. So there's actually a little website here. There's a dashboard, and I'll leave a link for this one below, but it's team-dashboard.anvil.app. And you can see here that Deci has hit it's 157 million hex have been entered in to the pooled hex for Deci. So this will earn the bigger pays better bonus for hex, because it has to hit 150 million in one stake in order to get that bonus. So everything beyond that, half that gets shared back to the people who stake their team in 10 years. That'll be the 10-year one. I don't know if Lucky, Trio, and Base are going to hit the 150 million, so I'm not sure. I don't think at this point, with a week left, after it's already been 2 weeks, I think. So I'm not sure. I don't think so, but hopefully that'd be great, because then that would mean more hex payout for the team stakers. So, but for right now, you can just count the hedron. And to do that, it would be like, you know, this times 1,000 is how much hedron. You know, so it'd be like 2.5 million hedron out per, you know, base, or no, for the whole pool. I mean, like so. So interesting. Yeah, so how do you mint your team? If we just go right here, we just click on the blue button, mint team, and it's very similar to all the others. We just connect our MetaMask. There's a disclaimer. And then here we are. So here is where you can put in your Maxi coins, and then it gives you a team in return. And then it says right here what happens to the Maxi. 20% is burnt. 30% is distributed to team stakers during years 3, 6, and 9 through a 369 Maxi rebate. And then 50% goes to the mystery box, which is a mystery. You should not expect anything from the mystery box. So just like the OA and, you know, source address and, you know, other addresses, it's totally normal for a Hexagon. We understand how the game works. So pretty cool. And then once you paint your team, then you can go here and you click on the stake button. And then if you want to get your share of those rewards, if you want the hedron, and yeah, it'll just be hedron for now in the first year, then yeah, you'll want to go ahead and stake your team. So yeah, pretty cool. And then there's a minting dashboard here as well. Oh yeah, this also gives the same breakdown. So cool. It's been 61 million team is minted, 37.5 million is staked, so a little over half. There's 23.6 million liquid that are just sitting in people's wallets. So interesting. We will see what happens. So, you know, for me personally, I turned half for me. I turned in half my Maxi into team, and then I staked it, and then I did try out all the perpetual pools. I didn't go crazy because I don't have a lot of liquid hex. I really, you know, I don't try not to sit on much liquid hex, but I did try them all, and yeah, I'm very excited to see what kind of premium versus hex that these guys have or don't have. You know, we'll see what happens. I mean, I hope they do. You know, Maximus certainly impressed me with how it is now worth more than double hex. Yeah, very impressive. Is there a button here? Yeah, let's add it to MetaMask. Okay, so that's the tutorial, guys. That's the technical part. It's just, you know, you just go to these minting pages here. You pick which one you want, and that's it. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And then they show up right in your wallet, and then you can just hang on to them, and then in a couple days you'll be able to stake these too. So cool, you know, very, very exciting. So now let's add all of the coins to MetaMask, and let's check prices and on Dex Screener, because I think some of these don't have any liquidity yet. I think the only way to get them right now is to, like, you have to mint them. You have to, like, get hex. You should buy hex and then mint them, and that makes sense for now. Oh wow, yeah, there's only 4 days remaining. Oh geez, yeah. So all right, so we added Deci. Let's add Lucky. I'm just going to add them all to MetaMask so it's easier for us to copy the contract addresses. We'll add Trio, base. And then we'll add team. All right, cool. So now if we go to dexscreener.com. All right, cool. Then we go into MetaMask, and then we go to the Assets tab. Back up now. Remind me later. Thank you. All right, so we go to Assets, and then we can pick like Deci. Click on the little triple dots, token details, and then the contract address is right here. We're just going to copy that. Then we're going to paste it here in Dex Screener in the search box. Okay, so right now we've got, so this is Hex versus Deci, and there's $39,000 of liquidity. There's Hex or Deci versus US dollar coins, and that's only $474 liquidity, so that's like very low. It's like nothing. So people probably, yeah, people will probably add that one over time. This is pretty new, so it'll take some time before people put in. You have to put in coins to feed the liquidity so that people can trade. So most people are holding. Hex versus Deci again, and that's actually, is that ETH POW? Yeah, it is. What's that? Ethereum fair. Oh god. Okay. $76 liquidity. Cool. 198. All right. And then there's Lucky versus Deci. And that's got 32,000 of liquidity. Wow. Okay. So you can trade them versus each other. Interesting. And then Hex versus Deci again. But that's real low. That's version 2 Uniswap. Oh, that's an ETH proof of work again. Oh, geez. Wow, they got them all in here. Okay. So really the primary pair right now is Hex versus Deci. If we click on it, I would expect them to be about the same. So we switch to price in Deci. 99.999. So yeah, so technically one Hex is worth a little tiny bit more than a Deci. So, but you can turn your Hex into a Deci. So, but yeah. So that's the chart on that one. All right, so that's Deci. So that's about worth a Hex, as expected. Let's check out Lucky. And I don't expect these to have a lot of liquidity for some time. So there's Lucky versus US dollars, 429. Yeah, so super low liquidity. And then there's Lucky versus Deci. Okay, so interesting. People made a big pair in that one. Must have been somebody who minted a bunch of both, and they don't care which one they end up with, so they'll let other people trade with their coins in the meantime. So makes sense. I get it. But hopefully people will add to the US dollar coin pair over time, you know, so that way people can just buy with dollars. Or a Hex pair. I mean, really every one of these should have a Hex pair as well, just like Deci did. So I'm kind of surprised that's not on here. All right, so let's check out Trio. Let's see what this one's trading at. Okay, there's Base versus Trio with $12,000 of liquidity. Okay. And then there's Trio versus US dollar coin. There's only 446 bucks of liquidity. Yeah, so super low. So nobody's, yeah, and then on proof of work, there's like, doesn't even show liquidity. Yeah, so nobody's really added any coins to Uniswap other than versus each other, other than Base and Trio, which you can both mint right now for 1 Hex each. So, or, the Trio is longer. It is it's a derivative of a 3-year Hex stake. So, I mean, in my mind, that one would be worth more than a Base. But, you know, who knows? So, all right, now let's check out Base. Let's see how that one's doing. So in the meantime, for now, yeah, you're better off just minting your own coins. There's none really for sale, except for Deci. If you want to trade Hex, which you should just buy the Hex off the market and then mint your Deci. If you're going to do that, that would be just better for everybody. All right, so here's Hex versus Base. It's the only pair. There's $24,000 liquidity. Okay, so that's expected. So that's cool. Oh, and here's a trick. Because Hex is the primary pair, this is showing you the price of Hex. This is not the price of Base. So what you got to do is you got to go into here. You got to click the triple dot, and then you got to invert pair. Now this is the Base price, which is 3 cents. And then if you say switch to price in Hex, this is Base versus Hex in Hex. So 1 Base token will get you 0.98 Hex. So technically Hex is worth more than a Base, according to this chart, if you know, on Uniswap. So there you go. There's 24 grand of liquidity there. So you could swap your Hex to Base, but you know, like I said, you're better off just minting your own. Yeah, guys. So that's about it. So honestly, go follow on Twitter. The official is Maximus_DAO, and then check out Dipcatcher. His official Twitter is Tantanomini, and then Twitter is goldkey with an underscore and a 3 for an E. So definitely give these guys a follow. Check them out. They've got all the latest and greatest updates because they're actually building it live, you know, as we speak. So yeah, so it's very exciting. Yeah, definitely worth checking out. And yeah, that's all I got tonight, guys. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.